Hello and welcome back to another episode of my Quest to 200 here on Benjamight Gaming, where we're dedicated to Dofus PVM content. So how's everybody adjusting to the daylight savings time? Are you adjusted yet? It's only been a day, so I know it's rough. So some exciting news. I got my first draft back on the logo for the channel and it looks pretty awesome. Now I did have some revisions that I wanted made, so I got those typed up, sent back to him, and so hopefully here in the next couple days I'll get that back. But it's pretty exciting. It will have a YouTube logo, I'll have a new banner that matches with it. I'm also going to have a Twitch page that comes with that, and there will also be an animated intro. So a lot of stuff, it should all fit together. It's all been made by the same guy, so I'm very excited to see how this all comes together. I'm very excited to show it to you. It's so hard not to show you the first draft of the logo, but I don't want to. I really want the first thing you see to be the final product. So I'm going to hold off. Hopefully you'll see something later this week on that. But speaking of Twitch page, I'm also getting things in place for both a Twitter and a Twitch page for the channel. I put that question out there in a previous video asking you to vote which way to go, and it literally came right down the middle. It was 50-50 on both sides. In fact, I even had several votes for a Discord. I didn't want to do a Discord yet, but it was almost the same number of votes as well. So I think it's pretty clear that every media has its own purpose and different people prefer the different platforms. So my plan is to get Twitter going first, Twitch probably right behind that. I'm in the process of, there's a lot more it seems like that goes into setting up a Twitch than the Twitter, but I'm looking forward to maybe doing a live stream. I've been watching some other channels do that. I've been researching it, and it's cool because with Twitch it's like you get to hang out and just talk. You know, most of the content I create, it's a one-way conversation. I make the video, put it together, put it out there, and you get to listen to it. But Twitch is a two-way conversation. I get to talk with you and you get to talk with me live, and that is a cool concept. So I'm excited to try that. Twitter and Twitch should be coming fairly soon. Once I feel like I got a good grasp of those things moving well, I'll see if I can get a Discord brought into things as well. But it's pretty exciting to see the things that are coming along that line. And one last piece of exciting news. I get asked for this constantly. I've had lots of people ask for me to make some profession guides. All my comma making guides so far have been how to make commas without professions. Now, I've made it very clear that professions are a fantastic way to make money. Plus, you get the advantage of being able to craft your own gear. I love to go out and gather the resources needed for an item, but then it kind of stinks when you got to sit there and holler and yell and try to find somebody to craft it for you. It would be so nice that if you did all that hard work to get this stuff, you just go make it. And then if possible, if you got the magus, you just mage it and fix it and get it the way you want it. I think that's really cool when it comes to the professions. So I did not want to do any profession guides until I had a unique way to come at them, and I finally figured out how I'm going to do it. I ran it by a couple people to get their feedback. They really like the idea too. I think it's unique and not the way that a lot of other videos have been done for professions so far, so I'm excited to do it, but this is where I need a little feedback from you, and if you could just leave your thought in the comments below. So it's going to be over crafting professions. It's not harvesting professions, it's not mages. These first guides are going to be strictly over crafting professions. So I need to know which of these three would you like me to work on guides first? Either a tailor, a jeweler, or a shoemaker. I know artificer is a really good profession. I feel like that's a little bit more of an advanced profession. I want to start out with one of the basics because there's going to be a bit of a learning curve for me too in putting these together and coming up with a system that works. But I think it's going to work real well, and if I can get those ones going well, then after I've got some of those in place, I'll do an artificer one as well if people are liking them. So if you can, let me know below. Do you want a tailor, a jeweler, or a shoemaker guide? And I'm going to start working on that. So I guess that's about everything I got news wise. Now I wanted to put together another Quest to 200 episode. Man, it's been like 2 weeks, I think, or longer since I've gotten to do one of these. It feels like it's been even longer than that, but there's just been so much going on over these last couple weeks, and I wanted to get another comma guide out there for you. I've gotten great feedback from it. People are loving it and using it, hopefully, and making lots of money. Hopefully, made tons of money this weekend. But if you remember right, where we left off, we just started this Nabur quest. Let's see if I can bring this up. Nabur's Lost Love. If you remember right, where we left off here with Nabur's Lost Love, we were talking to Carib Crepin up there, the Kickroach area, where the Kickroach dungeon is. And he sent us down here to what used to be, I guess, the original Amanka. And I thought it was pretty cool. It's neat learning the actual story behind this, because, you know, I came down here and I saw fire and busted up buildings and all this kind of stuff. I didn't think anything of it. I was just like, it's just a different area. They're giving it a new look. But now knowing that this used to be the original Amanka City, and now it's like in shambles. It's not that they just decorated it this way. It went through something. So I'm kind of hoping that we learn more about this area. If not through this story, maybe other quests will give us some backstory on all this. But it's been a lot of fun learning the lore of this. I hope you guys also are enjoying the series where you're getting to learn what the NPCs say. Because I'm like you. In the beginning, I've played this thing for years, and I'm like, click, 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 just getting right through that NPC and just moving on to the next thing. In fact, I probably spend more time reading Wiki than I do reading any of the NPCs here, just because I'm just trying to find that next step. So it's been fun doing this, and I hope you guys are enjoying that too. So the person we were supposed to talk to, so we were supposed to find this Master Nabur, which is supposed to be down here in the original Amanka village. And I believe negative 425, he's supposed to be located inside of a house somewhere over there. So I'm going to head over there and we'll pick up right there. Okay, here we are at negative 425. These houses have been destroyed. Since there are several entrances, I figured I would show you. It looks like this is the one that you want to go in to find Master Nabur. And he is going to be up the stairs over here to the left. These dragons look so awesome. Look at that. They're like little dinosaurs. I haven't fought these guys in a long time, but we might have to do that dragon dungeon just so we can see these things in action, because they're pretty cool. I like that you can fight them in an egg. You can fight them slightly grown up. That's fun. Okay, here's Master Nabur. And a little dragon. Oh my goodness, it's a big group. 774. Be a good fight, probably. Alright, Master Nabur. He's a skeleton guy. Well, I guess it makes sense. He was pulled out of a grave, so I guess he is going to be a skeleton. Dulcina, my Dulcina, Nabura. I'm sorry, so sorry. Look at Marina's compass and observe that the needle isn't moving. What happened here? What happened to the village? I must know. Where is Dulcina? And Nabura, our daughter, what happened to her? You, adventurer, you seem to be looking for answers too. Would you help me look for them? Well, certainly. Least we could do, seeing as you've been pulled up from the grave. Okay, the quest updated. Find out more about the devastated village. Oh, sweet. I was hoping we would. And find out what happened to Nabura. Okay, it looks like we need to go to the dojo and talk to whoever is up there. So I'll pick up right up the dojo. All right, here we are inside the dojo with Zyho. All right, wow, this is one busted up dojo. Oh, man. All right, Zyho, let's see if you know what happened. Hello, my name is Zyho. I guard the ruins of this temple. I know this village and this island like the back of my hand. I'm used to meeting adventurers like you who don't believe the history of this place to be a serious matter and then never come back. Let me help you with a little piece of advice. So what do you need to know? Find out about the devastation. The village you're in is none other than the old village of Amanka. Its inhabitants lived there peacefully for a very long time until these mysterious dragons turned up and devastated the village, eating and burning up most of the inhabitants. Those who survived took refuge a long time ago in what we now call Amanka Castle. After spending several years within the castle walls, the survivors of the village decided to rebuild their homes next to the castle, with the help of the Asturbians. These buildings are what we now know as Amanka Village. Nowadays, only thrill seekers and dragon cutters dare to venture into this devastated village. I've often seen rogues and bandits sneaking around to pillage everything that's been left in houses, or simply take refuge in a place where very few people dare to go. The wise men of this world say that the dragon invasion was a form of divine punishment. The dragons were already trapped in the sanctuary on the island. All Osamodas did was free them. I'm assuming he's referring to the god Osamoda. But it's said that the inhabitants of the village had forgotten what their ancestors had done to the dragons, and that their village had been built on top of the dragon sanctuary to conceal its existence, as if they wanted to hide their wrongdoings and madness from the god Osamodas. Oh, I was right. When Osamodas decided to free the dragons, they attacked the village and its residents. They burst out of the ground, smashing through the floors and houses. Oh, well, that explains all the holes and everything. They burst through the ground, smashing through the floors of houses and cracking even the most solid slabs. This attack surprised all the inhabitants, leaving them no chance to counterattack. Nature has reclaimed her rights to this place, and the village is a mere shadow of what it used to be. But the ruins seem to be resisting the throes of time. It's as if Osamoda wanted to engrave it in our memories as a kind of warning message to future generations. Wow. That's pretty cool. Oh, wow, there's like some smoke coming up there. Yeah, if I step outside this dojo, like everything's still burning and on fire. It's just destroyed. So that's how the dragons got here. If you're not familiar, you can talk to this guy and you go down in here, and this is how you get to the dragon sanctuary, or the dragon dungeon. That used to be a place to get one of the Dofus. I think it was the Bulbous Dofus, but I'm not entirely sure. I never got that Dofus, so. Hey, on a side note though, on my main accounts, I did manage to drop 2 turquoise Dofuses, and they were not from the Dragon Pig. They were both from Soft Oak. I spammed that thing like crazy. I had so much fun in that dungeon. So that's kind of cool. I got 2 back when they used to just randomly drop, and it was very rare to have happen. But never got the one that came from this guy. Alright, so Nabur's Lost Love updated there. Okay, now we need to find out what happened to Nabura. Alright, and according to my notes, we need to go to -324. Do we go into the sanctuary to get to -3? Let's see, does this guy tell us anything about... Find out a more big hole, enter the dragon sanctuary. That big hole you see there will take you to what we call the dragon sanctuary. We know very little about this mysterious place where different dragon species have been living for ages. Many adventurers tried to get in and penetrate the secrets to the sanctuary, but very few actually came back. What we do know is that this sanctuary was built long ago by Osamoda's disciples to protect and make mating easier for his dragons. It was a shack house. Well, I mean, the dragons gotta do it somewhere. Better to have a little private location under the city than just right out there in the roads, I guess. Oh man, alright. These disciples used to be the inhabitants of this village. After they managed to tame the god Osamoda's dragons, they wanted to reproduce them in masses, but their intentions were not pure. Everyone knows that Dofus are dragon eggs, right? Well, for many generations, they kept on relentlessly reproducing dragons in order to get more Dofus. They should have kept in mind that these eggs were cursed and that dragons cannot be tamed like other creatures. They ended up losing control over the breeding. They could no longer tame the new generations of dragons and dragos that they had created. No one can change the nature of such creatures. They're far too powerful and magical to be controlled by mere mortals. Following several incidents, the apprentice dragon breeders decided to abandon their research on dragon crosses and gave up on finding more Dofus. They closed the sanctuary and locking its occupants inside forever. Deprived of light and food, the dragons, and dragos that were locked up in the sanctuary entered a deep hibernation. that was to last several hundred years. But the god Osamodas never forgot this affront. His own disciples had betrayed him. Hungry for revenge, he woke up the creatures trapped in this sanctuary, and it didn't take them long to escape and destroy the village and its inhabitants. Now everything's over. Dragons got used to the sunlight and are now inhabiting the ruins of this island. The other dragons still live in the sanctuary and seem to feed themselves with the adventurers who turn up there. Ooh. If you want to venture there, I can help you. I'm sort of the master of this house. Quite obviously, you'll need a key to enter the sanctuary. The only way you get one is to ask a skilled handyman to make you one. To make it, you'll need to find shell pieces that only the 4 dragon guards have. I don't know where you can find these dragon guards, but we sometimes see them coming out of the abandoned houses at night. If I were you, I'd go explore the different homes of this village. Once inside the dragon sanctuary, you'll be able to feel the madness that drove the disciples of Osamodas. The inside of the sanctuary is much like its occupants, grandiose, terrifying, and mysterious, but lethal. Before you decide to go and look for these shell fragments, I must warn you, there is a magic door in this sanctuary that leads to the room where dragons were made to mate. Ooh. This room is protected. Only 4 of the most courageous Dragos in the sanctuary have received the power to use this magic door. They carry within them an item, relic, or artifact that enables them to open it. If you find all 4 items, you too will be able to enter this legendary room. But before that, you'll have to find all 4 Dragos, since they can only go through the door when they're all together. The power of these items only work when they're all together. I don't know what you can expect to find in this sanctuary, in this room besides certain death, and the proof that the Dofus quest is beyond mere mortals like us. Okay, let's see if we can go in. Okay, he does let us in. Can I go? Well, there's no map of this. Oh, I just realized negative 324 is to the right. Whoops. Alright, so let's leave the sanctuary. And let's head 1 over to the right. I can't believe I just looked at that. Totally wrong. Oops. Aha! Dragon Tamer. This must be the guy we need to talk to learn about Nabur. Okay, here's Dragon Tamer. Hello, adventurer. I'm one of the only dragon tamers in this land, and I've been doing it for ages. I'm the only person who ever understands them and tames them. My grandfather, who once lived in this village, taught me everything. I've had a few worries for some years now. Maybe you could help me out. Well, I would offer to help, but let's see if we can find out about Nabur first. Nabur? That name rings a bell. I seem to recall my grandfather knowing her granddaughter. He often spoke of her. Her name was Unabria. She was a healer, and she helped my grandfather during his exile. She left to seek refuge in the Amanka Castle with her family. Well, thank you. Okay, yeah, if you're not familiar, let's bring up the map. I believe this right here. Yep, the Amanka Castle. So this is where they rebuilt this city. And then Astrub's right here, which they talked about, you know, Asturbians came down and helped build it. So this is where I think we need to go next to talk to, let's see what this says. Oh, talk to Master Nabur again. Okay, so we'll go talk to him, but I got a feeling this is where we're going to end up going at some point. So let's see, they were down here. This is where the original city was, and they got shifted up to here. It was kind of cool getting to hear about how one of the gods just like released the dragons because of what had happened. Oh, that guy looks like he's seen better days. Wow, something's getting ready to come out of there. Okay, so let's go talk to Nabur again. Oh my, I just came up here and there's plunderers up here. We might be getting ourselves a bit of a fight. All right, Nabur. Those bandits want a piece of me. Over my dead body, I say, get back. Can we attack? Get out of here, hammerhead, or I'll turn you into a walking relic. Yeah, bring it on. Okay. Oh, Nabur. He's going to be in here with us. Now, can the rest of the team join? Nope, it's an individual fight. Well, let's do this. Alright, that took care of them. Ask if he's alright. Don't worry about me. I have nothing more left to lose. It was brave of you to fight at my side. Have you learned anything about what went on here? Tell him about his great-granddaughter surviving the invasion. Oh, may the sun shine upon the 12. Please, take me to Amanka Castle. I want to find out what's become of my family. I've had enough of rotting quietly in my tomb. All I want is to rest in peace with my loved ones. Hey, it's an escort quest. Although, probably nothing too crazy. Alright, so that's a pretty straightforward fight. I'll go ahead and bust those out, and I'll pick back up in I'll pick back up in Amanka Castle with my fleet of Naburs. Okay, we have arrived at the Amanka Castle. Here's where the little marker was pointing to. Talk to George Segrop. So I'm assuming he's inside of here somewhere. Wow, doesn't this look fancy? Even the statues have nice armor. Huh. Oh. Oh. Just when you think you found all the ways they can decorate with statues. So let's see. Let's do a recap. First we had the peeing fountain. Then we had the fertility statue. Then we had the Wabbit statue. I forget, there was another statue there on Wabbit Island that had a protrusion going on. And now we found what, I don't know, is that supposed to be like a crocodile? With a very strategically placed tail. Oh man, that's funny. Alright, let's see if who we need to talk to is in here. Emmy Ninsgriz. That's not who we need. Court Noble. Use my Y button here. See what's clickable. Alright, go straight over here. Let's check straight first. Lady of the Court. Lada Jacobs. Counselor Yawabad. Wow, I don't know if I've ever been in this castle. There's a lot going on in here. That's a door over there too. Makia Velik. Alright, so this isn't the right spot. Let's check this side door here. Our fleet of Naburs. Oh, look at this. There's this stage. You could come up here and do some acting. I wonder if that's, oh, there's a lever. I'm gonna pull a lever. What? What in the world? What'd that do? You gonna find your way back over here, buddy? He's walking the whole way here. Oh, and I can look in the mirror. Has anyone ever told you that you look just like Smoke and Mirrors? Wabbit hat. But I was going to say, I wonder if this is actually like a replica of the Cannibal Village area over there on Moon Island. That's what it kind of looks like. Alright, well, this was fascinating, but again, not what we need. Let's check across here. Charge! Augusta La Vista. Anything clickable in here? Alright, let's check over here. Oh, I think we found him. He's a wise old owl. I was not expecting that. He looks just like the owls that you see there in the bank. Okay, here we go. George Segrop. Let's see, what kind of a voice would I use for an owl? I don't know. The Royal Library is not open to the public. If you wish to consult or borrow books, please go to a Amanka library instead. Say that you're interested in finding out where those who survived the destruction of the ancestral village are now resting. I don't know if you've realized it, but there's a Schaefer following you. Actually, there's a bunch of them. Since when do the dead stroll around in such impurity? I'm calling the guard. Explain that the Schaefer is none other than the famous Nabur. Nabur? The master of arms for so many heroes? Kor. And why is he following you? Oh, he's looking for his lost loved ones, you say? Oh my, for a person with stature, we can make an exception, I'm sure. You can consult the funeral registry archives. Well, thank you. All right, choose our Y button. Okay, it's not gonna, this is gonna be this right over here. Nabur's lost love. You found an old registry showing that there's a Nabur family crypt in Amanka Cemetery. Okay, so it looks like we need to go down here. Here's the Amanka Cemetery. Okay, yep, that's where the skeleton dungeon is. Okay, so I will pick up over there in the cemetery. Okay, we have arrived in the Amanka Cemetery, and it says we're supposed to enter the tomb. Ooh, there's flowers in front of this one. Here lies Cyroth, dead from fatigue, having wandered for 100 days in the new labyrinth of the Monotoro. I can see how that could happen. That is a crazy maze. If you haven't been in there yet, it is. Let's see, right over here. You get inside of this place, and it is a labyrinth. That will be a fun dungeon to do at some point. But if you haven't been there yet, just be prepared for a bit of running if you go. So this tomb here must be where we need to go. Well, that's an odd place to have a little girl just standing there. Oh, look at that, an arc monster. Vamp the Impalist. Okay. Una. I come here often to place flowers on my family's grave. I'm not afraid of night creatures. I'm not afraid of anything at all. Well, let's introduce ourselves. Whoa! So this is my great, well, an ancestor of my ancestors. I know, I'm really good at math. How about that? I love family trees. Man, check out how old he looks, as though he'd just been on a really long journey. It was really nice of you to bring him here. Thanks. He'll finally be reunited with Dulcina. She's buried just there. Turn to Nabur. So it must be one of these. Tell him that he can rest here in the family's crypt. Thank you for all you've done. Thanks to you, I can finally rid myself of all my bitter memories and enjoy some well-deserved rest with the ones I've loved and will always love. I hope you find what you're looking for as well. Notice that the needle of the compass has started turning. All right, so I guess that's it for him. So we're probably gonna double click. Yep. All right, so let's bring up the compass. Double click. Boo! Let's see where that's pointing to now. City of Bonta. Okay, let's go talk to whoever it is right here. And then that's where we're going to wrap things up, which I believe is going to conclude the Nabur's Lost Love quest. Oh, I made my goal of finishing it. Now I just got to see if I can actually stay up and put it all together. This daylight savings thing is messing me up. Let me tell you, I'm not tired at all, so I'm probably going to be up later than I should be tonight. So could work in your favor today. All right, I'll meet you up in Bonta. All right, here we are in Bonta. That is an impressive statue. This is what my character actually looks like. I just hide it well. All right, so Captain Starkey, that's who we need to talk to. Let's see what happens when we talk to the captain. Next time I charge with my Drago turkeys, I'll break through the walls of Brockmar. Ask him if he's seen Dark Vlad. Ah, that, yeah. What an unholy racket that was. That was a couple of days ago. We don't really know where he came from. He left pretty quickly, but the militia is still on edge. There has been so much disorder, not to mention the desecrations. What desecrations? Some thugs scribbled... Yay, we finished it. Some thugs scribbled some hurtful stuff on the statue of Iop in the militia base. Is that the... I don't see anything scribbled on that. As you no doubt know, the Lord of the Evil Forest is an Iop, and some think that the god of war is helping him in his dastardly deeds. In my opinion, someone paid some lackeys to go and deface the statue. I think it was a breeder who really hates Dark Vlad. But without any proof, it would be better if I kept my accusations to myself. We can investigate the matter. The birth of a mission. Oh, this is the part I've been quietly dreading, as I know I'm going to figure out how to breed. Now, I did have somebody that went through a lot of effort, typed up a bunch of instructions for me on how to breed. Right here's the proof. I got it all typed up. And hopefully between these instructions and maybe on a Twitch, that could be a good first Twitch stream. Maybe some people can show up and figure out the breeding thing together. We'll see. Anyways, I believe that's what we're going to be working on next, is going and capturing some mounts, starting to breed the mounts and all that good stuff. But it's something I'd like to know how to do, so I'm going to figure this thing out. But that is where we're going to wrap it up tonight. I'm glad I was able to get all the way through that quest line. I was really hoping we could. And yeah, I'm going to be up later than I should have, but let's face it, I was going to be up anyways because I just really enjoy making this stuff. If you're new here and you want to make sure you don't miss any future episodes, make sure you remember to hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications so you know my videos go live. Also, don't forget to leave a comment below if you would rather me make a tailor, a shoemaker, or a jeweler guide for my first crafting profession guide. And if you could do me one quick favor, smack that like button for me. It helps YouTube promote my video and my channel and let people know that I'm here. Thank you guys so much for all the support, and have a wonderful week. I'll see you on the next one.